Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com. Here to respond to some of the comments on my last video concerning Ariza's comments, Manny Pacquiao's nutritionist, on his promoter Bob Arum and his personal representative Michael Koncz somehow conspiring to prevent Pacquiao from fighting Floyd Mayweather. Now, many of you have written that my basic argument, which is that the claim is ridiculous. First of all, Ariza is a nutritionist. He's not involved in Manny Pacquiao's financial negotiations. Also, Bob Arum, his promoter, and Michael Koncz, his personal representative, work for Manny Pacquiao, not the other way around. The ultimate decisions are made by Manny Pacquiao. Everyone involved is in the business of making money. Bob Arum, top rank, Michael Koncz would love nothing better than to preside over a mega fight that generates mega profits. And so let's think this one through. Many people have written that Manny Pacquiao, after fights, when asked, who is he fighting next, always answers, whoever my promoter tells me to fight. Right? He says, I'm a fighter. They decide who I fight. Right? And many people view that as proof that Bob Arum is guiding Manny Pacquiao's career and that Bob is making decisions on what Manny Pacquiao does. Let me just point out, I believe that fans are confusing political speeches with real speeches, right? A fighter is in a tenuous position after a fight when he's asked, who are you fighting next? When that fighter is already the cash cow, when that fighter is already the champ, when that fighter is expected to get the lion's share of the revenue, right? Any name that Manny Pacquiao mentions is going to get leverage in negotiations that Manny Pacquiao doesn't want to give him, right? If Manny Pacquiao were to say, I want to fight Timothy Bradley next, immediately Timothy Bradley's price in the negotiations is going to skyrocket, right? Bradley's going to say, okay, you want to fight me, then pay me real money to fight you. Not only that, third parties uninvolved in a negotiation between Bradley and Pacquiao involving their mutual promoter, Bob Arum. Keep in mind, Arum can't guide any specific fighter's career because he's on both sides of the transaction, right? And so understand, the minute Pacquiao mentions a Timothy Bradley, Bradley can ask for the moon, just like Juan Manuel Marquez is asking for the moon for a fourth fight. Not only that, that gives people like Floyd Mayweather the opportunity to then step in and say, hey, Timothy, I'll fight you. I'll pay your going rate. And then, of course, Floyd would be able to make the argument that he's fighting the guy who Pacquiao has deemed the best out there, right? And so when you're the champ, you don't really have an incentive to name your next opponent. It's very different when you're the challenger or a champion who's viewed as untested, right? There's nothing wrong with Canelo saying he wants to fight Mayweather, right? Because Canelo's not the cash cow in that matchup, right? But if, it's Manny Pacquiao or a Mayweather after a fight, their easiest way to keep their leverage in any future financial negotiation is to say, I'm going to take time off, I'm going to talk to my family, I'm going to fight whoever my promoter says to fight. They're going to channel attention away from themselves. So when Manny Pacquiao says he's going to fight whoever his promoter says he'll fight, quite frankly, I don't take that seriously for a host of reasons, right? In fact, one of the reasons is what Manny Pacquiao has said in the past as well as what Freddie Roach has said in the past. Let's think about Pacquiao's history. Both Manny Pacquiao and Freddie Roach, both of them, say that the way they met was that Manny Pacquiao was with his manager, right? Not promoter, not Bob Arum. He was with his manager in California preparing for a title fight in which he was a huge underdog. And with his manager, he visited the Wild Card gym, Freddie Roach's gym, right? Then, of course, both guys say that he did some pad work with Freddie Roach. Freddie thought, man, this guy has speed and hits hard. He has it. The two guys liked each other. They decided to work together, right? Understand, we know from both guys that Manny Pacquiao hired his trainer, right? Pacquiao hired Freddie Roach. Bob Arum completely uninvolved in the transaction. In fact, I don't even think Bob Arum was Manny Pacquiao's promoter at the time. Not only that, we know that Freddie Roach doesn't work for Bob Arum because Freddie Roach has other fighters like 140-pound champion Amir Khan who have different promoters. Amir Khan is promoted by Golden Boy Promotions, right? We're finding out that many guys have come through and have worked at the Wild Card gym, right? And so think about it. You know, if Bob Arum's supposed to be guiding Manny Pacquiao's career, how is it then that Manny Pacquiao is picking one of the most important people in his entourage, and that's his trainer? Also, we know that Bob Arum had absolutely nothing to do with Manny Pacquiao's selection of Alex Ariza as his nutritionist, right? Because Ariza apparently was introduced to Pacquiao by Freddie Roach, just like Ariza was introduced to Golden Boy fighter Amir Khan by Freddie Roach. Think too about Pacquiao's biggest fights. In fact, arguably his biggest fight was his fight against Oscar De La Hoya, right? That was a great upset. Manny Pacquiao was the underdog in that fight. By winning that fight, Manny Pacquiao showed that he was viable at the higher weights. Well, let's get real. The reason that fight happened was because Freddie Roach actually trained Oscar for a fight. And Freddie Roach noticed that Oscar had a problem with fast guys. In fact, Freddie Roach himself says that he put Oscar in the ring with Ivan Calderon, a much smaller but very quick-handed fighter, and Calderon was belting Oscar around the ring. So then, Freddie Roach told his fighter, Manny Pacquiao, the two guys discussed it. Then they got the promoter involved. That's how that fight happened. That wasn't Bob Arum pushing Oscar De La Hoya on Manny Pacquiao. No, that's other members of Manny Pacquiao's team. Notably, Freddie Roach with an intimate knowledge of Oscar De La Hoya because Freddie Roach had trained Oscar, right? I believe, in fact, Roach trained Oscar for the Floyd Mayweather fight. And then, of course, Roach believing in his fighter, Manny Pacquiao, more than his ex-fighter, Oscar De La Hoya. Right? And so understand, Manny Pacquiao has assembled a team around him that answers to him. If anybody in that team is making decisions for Manny Pacquiao, it's because Manny Pacquiao has delegated that authority to them. Manny Pacquiao himself is still the boss. And so understand, Bob Arum literally negotiates with Michael Koncz, who Pacquiao has designated as his personal representative. But there was actually a time where Manny Pacquiao had some doubts about Koncz, and Manny Pacquiao actually independently hired an accounting firm to audit Kontz's work. Right? The promoter didn't hire the accounting firm. Manny Pacquiao did. Michael Koncz is answerable to Manny Pacquiao. So let's think about the Floyd Mayweather fight. Do you really believe for a minute that Manny Pacquiao was willing to submit to blood testing, the blood testing that Floyd Mayweather requested, and that his promoter, Bob Arum, then stepped in to stop that multi-million-dollar fight? Think about the rumors that were circulating. My favorite is that Manny Pacquiao was afraid of needles. You remember that? Then someone pointed out that he had tattoos. Well, why was that rumor circulating? The point is, Manny Pacquiao makes the decisions for Team Pacquiao. As CEO, he can delegate those decisions to whoever he wants. But don't kid yourself, right? Freddie Roach is not making the decisions for Manny Pacquiao, nor is Alex Ariza, nor is Bob Arum. I believe the way the dynamic works is Top Rank, Bob Arum's company, presents Manny Pacquiao with options and asks Pacquiao if he's interested in whatever options they're offering, right? Whether that's Juan Manuel Marquez, whether that's Antonio Margarito, whether that's Miguel Cotto, they present the options. And then if Manny Pacquiao is interested in one of those options, then they negotiate a deal. And if they can reach a deal, then great. I have no doubt that Bob Arum would like nothing more than to have two top-ranked fighters fight each other, because then he's guaranteed the winner. But understand that at any time, a top-ranked fighter can say, hey, I'm not going to go ahead with that fight. And people may remember Kelly Pavlik, a top-ranked fighter, said, hey, I'm not going to fight Daryl Cunningham. He backed out of the fight, right? Likewise, a cash cow, one of the magnets in the sport, like Manny Pacquiao, of course he could say, Bob, get me Floyd Mayweather. Let's negotiate a deal. We all know the deal on the table, 50-50 split, but random drug testing, including blood testing. That's the deal on the table. If Manny Pacquiao wanted that deal, he could get that deal. It's as simple as that. Statements after a fight, such as, hey, I fight who my promoter says to fight, people need to read between the lines on those statements. Understand that Manny Pacquiao, at the end of the day, is a multimillionaire. He's a businessman who has to be savvy in a business sense. So after a fight, he doesn't want to negotiate his next fight in the ring. He doesn't want to give Floyd added leverage by saying, oh, my next fight will definitely be Floyd Mayweather. He wants to keep his options open, so during the negotiations, he can then say, hey, Miguel Cotto's asking for too much money. Let's go with Juan Manuel Marquez, or let's go with Antonio Margarito, or let's go with Floyd Mayweather, right? He wants to keep his options open. He's being a savvy businessman at the end of fights when he says, it's up to my promoter, right? Just like Manny Pacquiao hired Freddie Roach. Just like he hired Alex Ariza, who doesn't even get along with Top Rank. Just like he hired Michael Koncz, who I don't believe works with any other fighters. Manny Pacquiao hired Top Rank and Bob Arum's group. Let's remember, he used to be with Murad Muhammad, right? He hasn't been with Top Rank all the way through, right? And so don't kid yourself. Manny Pacquiao is a successful businessman making business decisions. If his promoter ever refused to honor his wishes in breach of their contract and breached their fiduciary duty to Manny, Manny would be able to sue them for breach of contract and would be able to go to court to try to negate the contract, right? Manny Pacquiao is his own boss, just like Floyd Mayweather, quite frankly, is his own boss. If Manny Pacquiao decided to sign a multi-fight deal with Top Rank, that doesn't mean that he has to agree to every proposed match his promoter comes up with, nor does it mean that the promoter is then going to guide his career in the direction the promoter wants to go instead of the direction Manny Pacquiao wants to go. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments for me here on YouTube. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com. Let's continue the dialogue. I think the financial story of boxing is one that hasn't gotten enough attention. Thanks for watching.